you know why you fail right when you should be shining? It's not luck. It's not clumsiness. It's not weakness. It's something that lives inside you, hidden, lurking deep in the roots of your mind. Something Nietzsche saw, and something you still refuse to face. In the decisive moment, when all your effort should turn into victory, it's not the world that crushes you. It's yourself, chained to fears you can't even name. You think you need more practice, more talent, more motivational rituals. But no. What you're missing is the understanding of a secret no one ever taught you. Pressure doesn't destroy you. Pressure only reveals what is already broken inside you. Every collapse you suffer, every fear that paralyzes you, every missed opportunity is not the world's fault. It's the result of refusing to face your own abyss. Nietzsche didn't speak to console. He didn't preach empty hopes. He launched warnings for those brave enough to listen. Could you live your life infinitely with all your fears, mistakes, and cowardice? Or would you rather close your eyes and sink into the endless repetition of your failures? The real battle was never against external pressure. The enemy has always been your reflection, the one you avoid confronting. Every time you tremble under the world's gaze, it's not the world that crushes you. It's your judgment. It's your inability to embrace who you really are. Everything you fear losing is an illusion. Everything you think you must protect holds no real value. Until you accept this brutal truth, you will keep breaking down right when you most need to be unbreakable. The only true loss is not belonging to yourself when you need it most. That's the trap that devoured thousands of brilliant souls, the poison that silenced geniuses, that destroyed legends, that extinguished fires before they could set the world ablaze. Do you want to know the difference between those who rise under pressure and those who crumble? It's not technique, it's not luck, it's not talent. It's something else, something more brutal, something most people never dare to look at directly. And today, whether you like it or not, you will. Not because you're ready, not because it's comfortable, but because you have no choice if you want to break the invisible box you've lived in until now. The true secret to performing under pressure isn't about escaping fear. It's not about numbing the vertigo. It's not about hiding behind masks of false confidence. Nietzsche understood it better than anyone. The secret is learning to dance on the edge of your own destruction, to walk willingly where others only see ruin, to embrace anxiety as a loyal companion whispering in every uncertain step. This path isn't for everyone. It's a road reserved for those willing to lose everything: their image, their ego, their hunger for validation, their childish need for approval. Because only when you have nothing left to protect, only when you realize you can rebuild yourself from your own ashes, only then are you able to surrender at the limit of your abilities. Only then are you truly free. Today you will understand why you failed before and how to avoid repeating that story. Today, you will see the face of your enemy and discover it has always been your own. Today you will decide whether to remain chained to fear or finally break the cycle that has mutilated your true power. No, it won't be pretty. It won't be comfortable. It won't be instantaneous. But it will be real. And in a world flooded with masks, plastic smiles, and empty successes, reality is the only true luxury that matters. Prepare yourself, because what you're about to discover here is not a cheap self-help trick. It's a raw, savage, fierce truth capable of forever changing the way you walk toward the abyss. Because whether you know it or not, the abyss has always been waiting for you. And Nietzsche, from the darkness, smiles, knowing that only those who dare to stare into the abyss long enough Find the strength to become something more than trembling flesh under the gaze of the world. Are you ready? It doesn't matter. The moment has arrived anyway. The problem is that no one taught you how to hold yourself up when the ground shakes under your feet. No one prepared you to understand that the pain, the doubt, the unbearable tension you feel in moments of maximum pressure are not enemies to eradicate, but signals that you are exactly where you should be. Everyone told you that you had to be strong. Everyone sold the absurd image of the unshakable warrior, the invincible athlete, the leader who never doubts. But no one told you the truth. No one warned you that even the greatest feel their hearts crack before every decisive leap. No one explained that true courage is not measured by the absence of fear, but by the ability to move forward while every part of your body begs you to retreat. Nietzsche understood it with brutal clarity. Authentic life demands enduring tensions that would break any common man. He didn't speak about suppressing pain. He spoke about transforming it, about turning that anguish you feel before the decisive act into the most powerful fuel there is, about using pressure not as an executioner, but as a tool. It's not about resisting it, but about riding it, about fusing with it until you can no longer distinguish where the pain ends and your strength begins. Most people fail under pressure because they believe they need to feel good to act well. They wait for fear to vanish, for anxiety to dissolve, for uncertainty to grant them a break. And since those moments never come, they freeze, they retreat, they fail. The truth is much harsher. You are not going to feel safe. You are not going to feel ready. You are not going to have the certainty that everything will turn out well. And that's perfectly fine. Because greatness is not born from comfort. It is born from acting with a clenched heart, a mind on the verge of collapse, trembling hands, but without giving up a single step. There's something you must engrave in your mind if you want to perform at your highest under pressure. Your brain is not designed for it. Evolutionarily, extreme pressure was a sign of imminent death. It was run or be devoured. And even though the modern world has changed, your biology has not. Every challenge you face activates the same ancient alarm. That cascade of hormones, that accelerated pulse, that mental fog, are not mistakes. They are the price of playing on stages for which your ancestors were never prepared. If you want to perform under pressure, you cannot fight against your nature. You must transcend it. You must become something more than the echo of your instincts. You must accept that you will feel fear, that your mind will fabricate excuses to flee, that every fiber of your being will beg you to surrender. And yet, move forward. When terror reaches its peak and your instinct screams at you to run, it's not the time to retreat. It's the time to walk into the fire, to step toward the battle, to embrace the burn of the trial. Because only in that unbearable friction will you discover what you are truly made of. Nietzsche understood something most people ignore. True power is not born from rigid control, but from fierce surrender, from letting go, from stopping the need to protect yourself, from allowing action to drag you without filters or masks. There is a state where thought dissolves and only movement remains. The Japanese warriors called it mushin, the mind without mind. It's not about being empty. It's about merging so deeply with the moment that there's no room for doubt or fear. Why do you freeze under pressure? Because you're still trying to think. You're still tied to your ego. Every "what if I fail?" Зрение. Что они подумают обо мне? They are chains you forge yourself. The true fighter has no time to measure himself. It doesn't matter if he wins or falls. The only thing that matters is the blow, the cut, the next step. Nietzsche, when speaking about the will to power, wasn't whispering empty promises. He was roaring a fierce truth. Power arises when you stop resisting the inevitable, when you ride chaos instead of hiding from it. You don't master the storm. You ride within it. You've been lied to. There is no perfect moment. There is no perfect calm before acting. Waiting to feel ready is a luxury only the weak can afford. True pressure doesn't negotiate. It demands you act with shortness of breath, with trembling hands, with your mind on the edge of the abyss. There, where everything crumbles, is where your name is either written or erased forever. Pressure is not random. It is an ambush set by destiny. You don't choose your great battle. You don't choose when you'll be exposed. But you do choose whether you will burn fighting or extinguish yourself trying to hide. And that choice, you make it in a single instant, without guarantees, without a safety net. There is no middle ground. Pressure was never the enemy. The true enemy is your desperate need to protect your image. It is that obsession with not failing, with not appearing weak, with not disappointing others, that chains you and keeps you small. As long as you place appearance above action, you will remain a slave. And slaves don't withstand pressure. Only the free do. Free from themselves, free from others' judgment, free from the illusion of superficial success. Do you know what your mind fears most in critical moments? It's not failure. It's not humiliation. It's the terrifying possibility of discovering that you could be much more than you have allowed yourself to be so far. Realizing that your entire past was nothing but a chain of excuses. The deepest fear is not falling. It's shining. It's unleashing the power you've been repressing and understanding that once seen, you can never hide it again. That you'll have to bear the weight of your true greatness. That's why so many sabotage their performance right when they are about to transcend. They prefer the comfort of familiar failure to the brutal vertigo of a new identity. They prefer the refuge of mediocrity to the responsibility of being truly great. Nietzsche knew it. Authentic freedom is an unbearable burden for most. Saying yes to life, with all its horror and its glory, is not an act for the weak. It's a leap reserved for the few who dare to carry the weight of their own destiny. Today you must decide which side you want to be on. Today you must look yourself in the mirror of the abyss and ask yourself if you have the courage to endure not only the fear, but also the fierce weight of your true potential. Because if you don't, pressure won't destroy you. It will simply reveal you. It won't crush you. It will strip you bare. It will show you exactly who you are when you can no longer act or hide. Are you going to keep running away? Are you going to keep masking your fear with excuses and silences? Or are you finally going to embrace the moment when everything trembles? Remember this: whoever dares to stare into the abyss without blinking begins to discover that the abyss, deep down, fears them too. And now we reach the only question that matters. What are you going to do with all this? Not tomorrow. Not when you feel less fear. Not when everything is perfect. Now, because right now, even if you don't see it, you are already at war. Every time you retreat, you lose something you will never recover. The opportunity to be who you were truly meant to be. Every second you surrender to fear, to doubt, to lethargy, you let a part of yourself rust away into oblivion. And every time you move forward, even staggering, even on the verge of collapse, you rescue a fragment of that dormant fire within you. Life does not pity those who hesitate. Pressure makes no exceptions. And the brutal truth is that there is no perfect scenario waiting for you to move. There is only this moment, this heartbeat, this crack in the now. Those who survive are not the ones who wait for ideal conditions. They are the ones who jump into the void with their hearts pounding. They are the ones who accept vertigo, pain, uncertainty, and still move forward. Not because it's easy, not because they're ready, but because they know that waiting is just an elegant way of dying quietly. Nietzsche never wanted you to be an immovable fortress. He wanted you to be a wildfire that consumes everything in its path. Not resistance, intensity, not stability, transformation. The abyss is not something you should fear. It's the place where you are reborn if you have the courage not to flee. Those who dare to walk on the edge of their own annihilation are the only ones capable of creating something worth surviving. So tell me, are you going to keep dreaming of safety? Or are you going to build a life that, although marked by wounds, vibrates so intensely that every scar becomes a hymn? This is not a matter of whether you can or cannot. It's a matter of whether you will, of deciding, of setting yourself on fire in the attempt. It's not about reciting pretty phrases or waiting for a magical moment of inspiration. It's about moving now, jumping now, breaking now. Because living halfway is not living. It's resigning yourself to being a shadow of what you once dreamed. Today, your waiting ends. Today, the real war begins. It doesn't matter how much fear you carry inside. It doesn't matter how much your voice trembles. If you can take one step, just one, you've already won the first battle. Courage never precedes action. It always comes after. And it only comes for those who dare to move when the world is collapsing around them. You've made it to this point, and that already separates you from the rest. Not because you have no fear, but because you chose to walk even while trembling, when most prefer to build fortresses made of excuses. You are already different even if you don't see it yet. But this doesn't end here. If something inside you stirred, if you felt a spark break the silence where once there was only resignation, then do something real with it. Subscribe, not to inflate a hollow number, not to follow just another creator. Subscribe to remember every time doubt chokes you that you were born to set fires, not to crawl. And if you want to leave something engraved in this crack of time, write in the comments, "I choose to fall into the abyss." Write it. Make it public. Leave proof that you are not just another one fleeing from the fire, but someone who decided to walk within it. And activate the notification bell, not out of obligation, but because what comes next won't be for those seeking comfort. It will be for those who prefer truths that tear, that burn, that transform. Before I leave you, I want you to visualize this, your final breath. No false consolation, no comforting lies. Just you and the question you won't be able to avoid. Did I become who I dreamed of being? Or was I merely the echo of my fears? Don't wait to feel ready. Don't wait for it to hurt less. Don't wait for someone else to push you. Jump, run, scream if you have to, but don't stop. The world doesn't need more walking shadows. It needs wildfires. And you, if you choose, can become one of them. We'll meet where few dare to look. We'll meet where those who tremble transform. If you choose to stay, nothing will happen. If you choose to move forward, the abyss itself will open before you. Burn, hurt, live.